Shrikant Chouhan is with us. Let's get a sort of view on the market with the technical lens. Mitessh, of course, is with us as well. Gentlemen, good morning. Great to have both of you here. Mitessh actually is with us here in our studios. Mitessh, what are you watching out for and how do you view things?
Good morning, Prashant. I think the first thing is, as Anuj was just pointing out, whether we managed to hold above yesterday's low. I think if that happens, then we will conclude that the break or breach of 18,000 which happened yesterday wasn't conclusive, and therefore we are back into the range of 18,250 on the upside to roughly about 17,950 on the downside. I think if that happens, then maybe today could be a good day when you will at least see that movement which will have the index move upwards towards the upper end of the range. So we'll possibly explore more of long ideas today.
Okay, got that, Mitessh. Well, let's get in Shrikant as well into this discussion. Hi, Shrikant. Morning. What's your sense on the index? Yesterday it was looking like we were going to break down, but we had a last hour recovery. Your sense on it?
Good morning, everyone. I think the market has completed its first leg of correction. The market is in the range. It is not crossing the level of 18,250 confidently on the high side, and it is not breaking the level of 17,750. So till the markets are above the levels of 17,900, we are expecting market again back to the levels of 18,150 or 200, where it has huge amount of resistance. And when looking at the entire pattern, I think the markets are trading with a negative bias. So in case if we see the markets are opening somewhere close to 18,100 or 150, then there we should look for avoiding taking any long positions. Yes, but in case if we see the markets are opening somewhere close to 18,000, then there we should look for adding some long positions, because again, we can expect some rebound during the day because number of stocks have fallen to their extreme level. So broadly, we are of the view that we should be buyer if there is like any lower tick during the day. Somewhere close to 17,900 or 950 with a stop loss at 17,850.
Got that. Shrikant, at least the early morning cues from the SGX Nifty is indicating a better start. Mitessh, what are you trading?
So, in line with my view, Lata, I have more of buy calls today. Ashok Leyland is a buy with a stop at 145.5. And look for targets of around 156 to begin with, though I suspect eventually the stock might do higher levels. A buy on REC, and both the REC and PFC, I think both these stocks have been buzzing for last few days, making new highs. So REC is the recommendation today with a stop at 120. Look for targets of 130 here. And tire stocks were in action. So we had a breakout on Apollo Tires. Disclaimer, we have some long positions over here. Apollo Tires is a buy with a stop at 328 for targets of 360. And one sell call, that's on Chola Finance. Keep a stop at about 700 or just above it and look for targets of around 650. Just
to make one point on PFC, besides valuations and what's going on in the power sector, I'm reading a note from Nuvama. Well, they are alerting that there's a MSCI standard index rejig that will be taking place for February. So the stock needs to get to around 170 to confirm its chances of getting into that index. So that could be another factor. And that's why maybe in the last 10 days or so, the stock is up close to 10-12%. While the markets are a bit wobbly, so just thought we'll highlight that for our viewers.
Okay, it has an index presence, likely index presence.
Could be included in the MSCI.
Mitessh, sorry, any thoughts on Bajaj Finance? We saw a big break yesterday.
Prashant, I had actually covered this stock in charting technicals last Tuesday and had talked about the fact that the lows of 5,500, which the stock did when the index had corrected to 15,000, I think those should be revisited. So I think we are well on our journey towards that level. I think around 5,500, 5,450, the previous bottom, as well as the fact that the indicators will be oversold, should give it good support. So another 10% lower, I would want to see some kind of rebound, but for the time being, it's a sell for me and a negative view.
Okay. All right, Shrikant, what are your stock picks?
Yeah, I think we need to focus on BFSI as well as capital goods and engineering stock, because there is like a huge amount of interest. Also, a few metal companies are going to do well, and FMCG stocks on the back of falling the crude prices. But we like Hindalco, which was around some 490 levels. From there, all the way it fallen to the levels of 460, 65. So it is at its important support area. So from here again, we can expect rebound. Hindalco is a buy at current levels with a target of 480, 85 on the high side. We can keep stop loss around 455 for buying Hindalco. And we also like Canara Bank from the BFSI sector. There also we feel that stock may again come back to the levels of 340, and we can keep stop loss around 320.
Okay. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll come back to you for more advice. A quick break now, and we're going to come back with also the pre-opening rates. We will also be joined by Dayanand Mittal of JM Financial Institutional Securities for a chat on the oil and gas sector after the sharp decline in crude prices.
Brought to you by